Now we are going to analyze the thermal comfort of the building. To analyze that, first we need to create the building mass, and we have created a building mass here with 2 zones, and then we have to go to File, Export, Simulation, and for the daily and hourly we'll take all the datas and OK. So we are going to create a IDF file, let's say new building 01. Yes. So now we have the IDF file. Now this notepad file, IDF file here, we have to look for the object people. First of all, we need to carefully look for 2 things. Number 1, always end one line with a comma, that means that's a data, and when you put a semicolon, that means always that's the end of that object's data. So let's find people. So we have 1 people here, and here we will put a comma and go down 1 tab. Fanger, we are going to analyze the Fanger now we have to do the same for the another one, because it has 2 zones and there will be 2 people object for 2 separate zones. Comma, and again Fanger. Now there is no other people, and we can get rid of these output variables because now we are not using them. Now if we save it and just minimize it, we have to open a EP launch. So EP launch is basically Energy Plus launching platform. Here you can see the browse option. You have to browse that file, new building 1, and you have to click the weather data. Now we are going to go for San Francisco and simulate. If everything goes right, there should not be any severe error. There might be some warnings. If there is any warning, then you can solve it later. That's not going to stop the problem, but if there is any severe error, then you have to solve that, then the program will finish. So here there is no severe error. We will click OK, and now you can see all these tabs come to life, like variables, RDD, errors, MDD. You can check the errors here, all the warnings. There is no fatal error, but there is definitely some warnings. You can look for them later. But we can go for different variables, and it will open a Excel file. You can see lots of data are there, but there is no people data in there. It's basically electricity consumption and all the other lighting and other parameters are there. So to do that, we have to go to the RDD window, and here we have to look for the Fanger model, thermal comfort Fanger model, PPD and PMV. Just copy these 2, PPD and PMV Fanger model, and then paste in the last area here. Now after doing that, press. Now if we just click save and then launch launch again and browse and select the same file again and simulate now. Okay, so that there's no severe error. So now if we open the variables, we'll open a Excel file. As you can see now, you have 4 people options, the PMV and PPD for zone 1 and also zone 1 and zone 2. So we can see that the hourly data of the every hour of the year is there, and if we just plot one zone PPD and PMV data of the whole year, first we have to select it. And if we put them into a scatter plot, see, as you can see, the data is showing that what is the PMV versus the PPD plot looks like, and there are some of the times there is cold times, and they will feel very cold because it's the scale between 3 and 3 to -3. And now this is for building 1, and you can save that. For analyzing the thermal comfort and comparing with other building forms or other settings, we have created another building with L formation, and this building so far has a 1 zone. We'll make it 2. So if we just create, now it has 2 zones, and now we'll export the simulation and okay. Okay, now it will be new building 02. Save. Yes, again we have to find the people in zone block 1 zone 2, change into comma, next line, tab, hanger, again next, comma, then next line, tab, hanger, and that's it. Now we have to select all the other outputs that we don't need. For now we'll delete it, save this file, then go to EP launch, browse to new building 2 and San Francisco, the same one. Now we'll simulate. It also has no severe errors, so we can say okay. Now if we go to RDD and look for Fanger, there you go. If we just select PMV and PPD output variables and put them end of the file and save again, and then if we simulate new building file again, no severe error. And if we now open the variables tab, we can see the options are there. So if we analyze just the first two zones again, first zone people, PMV versus PPD, and go to scatter plot. As you can see, we have a scatter plot for the second building. Now if we open the first new building 01 CSV file, and also we can create all of that and create a scatter plot from there. So we have, this is for new building, this one is for new building 01 and the other one is for new building 02. Let's put them side by side so that we can understand which one is what. So this is new building 02 and the next one we'll put here is new building 01. And if we go to that file, copy that and just paste it here, we can see that two buildings having, the building 2 has a more inclined some data on the more hotter side, and building 1 has more data on the colder side. So this is how we can compare the data and we can decide which one is better. Here we analyzed in the Fanger model. We can also analyze other thermal comfort models. If we go to online and we can search for Energy Plus documentation input output reference, we can see that if you search for the word thermal comfort, you can find in 269 page the thermal comfort models types. You can put 5 types of model: Fanger, or like Pierce, or KSU, adaptive AHS, 55, or adaptive CEN. So you can put the words like this which will indicate to the models. Here you can see at the end they add the Fanger thermal comfort model type 1, and this is how you can change it, and you can adapt to different types of thermal comfort models into the simulation. Also, in some cases, if you don't want to simulate or compare all the hours of a year, you can select suitable times to compare when the occupancies are into the building, and also you can compare in like for example, you can compare in hottest day of the year, or coldest day, or sunny day, or cloudy day. So you can compare them with different building patterns parameters into different times. If you don't want to compare, then every hour or every day or every hour of the year. Thank you.